What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time, we're going to revisit the Academy sewers, and we're going to take a look at this with somebody that isn't Dobbin. And now, that's important because Dobbin has access to additional coin generation that a lot of heroes don't. So, playing a map with him is always going to be interesting, and that you can build trap solutions that other heroes just don't have access to. Even with heavy discounts added to them, they just won't have that much coin. So, I think Cygnus is actually going to be an interesting hero for this. And I don't need both of these, but it would help if I brought with Cygnus specifically a Mage's Clover. Just because his mana usage is pretty dire. His primary attack, I think, eats up about 6 mana a shot, which means you get a good amount of shots off, but the ability to use other items that consume mana with him is going to be a bit dangerous. But I won't have to worry about healing with Practice's Witchcraft, because Cygnus hits like a truck from a distance. And I think that's good for now. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we can do.
The rest of you help this time.
Alright, so again we're starting off. We have the opportunity to block off your gate here. Ooh, that was probably a mistake. Thinking about it, a good choice to bring with Cygnus instead of the Mage's Clover would actually be the Ring of Teleportation that drops you back at the Rift. His movement speed isn't super high, and unless you bring either a speed trap to get you through areas faster, or we can just drop in there, or you bring the Ring of Teleportation, then it's going to be a bit of an issue for you to get back and forth between the gates. Just because, again, speed's not good. An alternative is for that Guardian location up here in the upper right-hand corner of the minimap. You can bring the Stable Hand Guardian, and that speed boost will help you out, but you will have to get within range of the Guardian first, and then you can just make a beeline towards this portal. That portal is extremely useful, though, so never underestimate how great it is.
I cannot do that.
Alright, so let's do that. Add some Bernie bits, and then we'll toast them on both sides at the end. One more of these. That, and I think, would it be good to do? I should probably build 2 of these. One here and one here to make sure that the area is completely covered. But for now, we're going to do it there. Alright, so that's essentially how we start. Floor Scorcher, Brimstone, Viscous Tar. It'll slow them until they get about right here. This will trigger, and then we get to use everything else to sort of keep them in place. Now, Cygnus doesn't have any immediate, true AoE attacks, so we're going to have to make use of his Chain Lightning and the Rift to stack our damage, as well as the Pylon. So, let's prepare it, and we will drop it when the gate opens.
It's opened a minion portal.
They've broken through a gate.
Alright, and there we go. Okay. Alright, and it's important that you recognize that the reason that I'm actually using the Haymaker isn't for the damage that it does itself here, but it's for... let's go ahead and pop that now. It is for the bonus damage that it gives me on any enemy that it hits. So the way that it works is every enemy hit by it takes 100% bonus damage because of the part that's in it, the Stunning Accumulator, and that part may at some point get nerfed. So if that happens, any solution that uses Stunning Accumulators, which is, I don't know if all of them are really necessary or not, but the bonus damage does make a huge difference. You may have to tweak them if that change happens. But personally, I think they just need to make the accumulator slot more interesting so that the Stunning Accumulator isn't like the de facto choice. Let me actually get this up. And then make use of that bonus damage. Okay, so do I get to run back now? Yes. Alright, we're going to get about halfway there and then mash Z. Alright, flip this around. Boom, boom, boom.
Good spot for this. They've broken through a gate.
Alright, so we're going to hit E to cast our Rift simultaneously after dropping the Pylon. Now the Pylon actually got a buff in one of the recent patches, and I haven't talked about it, but it is pretty significant. What it is the Pylon itself hasn't changed, but the Weaver for it now gives you the ability to allow the Pylon to affect every trap within its range rather than just a handful, which is what it did initially. So yeah, this time to improve this setup here. Alright, so they will still have a bit of time to be dealt with. I need to get up here and start handling these guys as soon as possible because they have a lot of HP. Where was he attacking?
My connection with the rift is growing stronger.
Alright. Mostly okay here. Alright, I'm going to assume the Guardian can handle those few guys there. Alright, I missed that completely, and these guys are just here to waste my time. Alright, last, I guess, we will drop a few of those, and then
They've summoned the boss minion.
perfect timing. Alright, so we got Sarge. Let's go ahead and buff those. Summon this. Get that lightning ring going. And watch everything get murdered really, really hard. Now the good thing about Cygnus' Chain Lightning is that even though it is not like a true AoE attack, like you can't hit infinite enemies that are within their space, it will cause the lightning effect on death, which causes the enemies to explode and deal AoE damage. Okay, now we have to get back there, and I don't have nearly enough time, so probably going to be a little late. We'll see what happens. Okay, gonna start holding Q now. Drop that.
Unstable rift is opening. Quick, destroy it.
That's not good at all.
Many minions.
Alright, I'm going to have to trust my Guardian to handle what remains there. And that lovely boost from the rift there just allowed me to decimate that. I'm gonna grab Ornery Old Timer, hit V instead of B there. So we get an impromptu Unchained too. Not really necessary, but never gonna shy away from extra damage. Alright, so they're coming through here again. Just going to add a few more of those, and they won't let you put these up there, but they will let you put these over here. And I believe they still work. Yes. Yeah, they do.
Do not look at me.
Alright. What? Alright, I didn't see that hit me, but apparently it did. Stealth Fireball. Alright, Alright, now we have the same thing, a single gate up at the top. I believe this is going to be a bunch of runners. I could be wrong. Probably wrong. They're not moving fast enough. Nope, I was right. They're just really, really slowed. And the AoE damage from the lightning is actually working out really well because of how compacted the enemy groups is, or are. Alright, lightning ring. Okay, the mana siphon that I have in my Viscous tar is working super well at keeping my mana up, so I'm not having to worry about throwing up the rift. Alright, nice, we got that done. Grab the coin before it disappeared. Let's add some more Bernie stuff here.
That goes there.
Okay. Can add maybe what, 3 more of those? Okay. Solid amount. Okay, so we're gonna add a slow trap here. That, and that'll be okay for now. These guys are really gunning for me. I mean, poorly, but they're trying. Alright, now we're going to grab Maniacal Master for the free stun on the lightning. Please die. Thank you. Okay. Got about 5 minutes left. 5 waves. The waves are pretty much machine gun rapid fire from here. They're just going to keep coming and give you a ton of enemies. And it's a lot of satyrs. And as always, we know if a map has way too many satyr waves, they're throwing the swiftly hooves at you. You almost made it. The little satyr that couldn't. I like how these Ballista back here basically prevent me from having to worry about the random straggling satyr. Okay. I think I'm going to add a couple more on this side. And after placing a couple of Brimstones at the end here, that'll pretty much be the majority of the traps that I need over here. So the interesting thing is that Cygnus pretty much has a guaranteed stun lock against 3 enemies with the way that his Chain Lightning and Maniacal Master work right now. If you take both the tier 1 1 second Chain Lightning cooldown as well as the cooldown reduction, as well as the Maniacal Master, gives you a 2-second stun on minions that you hit. The cooldown on the ability is normally 3.5 seconds, goes down to 2.5. So they have about a half second with which to regain themselves and then attempt to move again. Of course, you're going to hit them before that. And I probably should have been moving towards that rift. So let's see how bad this is. Those look like fast enemies. They are fast enemies. Not fast enough, but fast. Alright. Good job, Haymakers. Okay, and we gotta run across again. Alright, but a little less than 3 minutes for 2 waves is pretty solid. I guess I will build a few more things. Might as well get that trap cap used. Alright, drop the lightning ring. And they can eat this lightning. Ooh. Yeah, if you can manage to get a group of enemies that are in the middle of being flung by a physics trap, say that 5 times real fast, in the air, then you get the damage bonus on all of them, and it pretty much occurs instantly. So it's the next best thing to hitting somebody with an AoE attack in midair. Or a large group with an AoE attack in midair. Alright, now we have both sides. I believe I should start at the top. That's what they've pretty much been training you to do so far. And I was right. So we're going to drop the lightning ring. Let that do its thing. Alright, and now that most of these are horribly dead, we can go back up to the top. And I believe what they're going to do is toss a long wave of things at you, followed directly afterwards by a Swifty Hose. Alright, so let me get this up now. One shouldn't really be that much of an issue. The chain lightning will back up. Alright, we're going to Unchained. Drop another one. And that's it. Now we get super shiny God mode Cygnus there for 5 stars. Alright, 12 minutes 47 seconds. I think that was a bit closer than I actually got it with Dobbin. I am much wider awake this time, so that probably helped out a lot. Got the majority of the bonuses. I think time could have been a bit better if you clear it quicker. But yeah, it's pretty nice. More damage dealt with Cygnus than the traps. That's mainly because Cygnus hits like a truck, so the traps don't really get to do too much otherwise. But that's the Academy Sewers. If you guys have any questions or requests for me to clear any specific level, in addition to working on some other stuff that I want to talk about in the game, like more in-depth tutorials about the mechanics and characters, feel free to let me know if you would like a specific map cleared with a specific hero, and I can actually see what I can do about creating a video for that. But let's open this up and see what we got in the meantime. Debilitation Resonator. This is probably one of my favorite Resonators, hands down. And we're working on that tier 7 Viscous tar. I probably need about 2 more of those drops to get it. Yeah, if they come around that amount, 2 more will get it. Nice. Alright, so I sincerely appreciate you guys for watching, as always. I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And until next time, as always, have a good one, folks.